Hi and welcome to another game. The game today we're going to be playing is Dungeons of Dredmor, Conquest of the Wizardlands expansion pack. Okay, let's get started then. Now what I'm going to do the going road, no time to grind, and getting rid of the Diggle levels, so we're not going to need them. Now we've already looked at Tourist, Paranormal Investigator, and Magical Law, so we're going to look at Egyptian Magic this time. Now, because it's a magic-based thing, we're going to take up skill, magic training, blood mage, and lay walker, just to increase our power generally. And for some combat ability, we're going to go for battle geology, warlockery, and berserker rage, just try and keep us alive. And then we've got our character set up to go into the dungeon. The first thing that we do is use the plutonic fist and the glyph of the asp. Now, the glyph of the asp is the Egyptian magic. It's a constant drain. Initial startup cost of 11 magic and drains 1 magic every 10 turns, but with the power setup we're using lay walker and also have the blood mage, you're not going to notice that at all, and it does provide 1 toxic attack and 1 toxic resistance. It does make it a very useful ability. And we're just going to put these use powers off to one side because we're not going to really need them. Now what we do have is a cracked orb, but we can get hold of a shield which is going to give us some immediate resistance. It's going to keep us alive. And just to kind of show you, normally I can do much better with a lot of characters, but currently I'm finding this is my 3rd or 4th attempt at even just trying to get past the 1st level. Now I normally, with battle geology and that setup, I normally do not have this problem, but it's just using the magics can be quite tough unless you find some decent items early on. So we're just going to have to see how well we do this time. And this character setup also suffers from the fact that they've got a lack of ranged abilities. So we just have to rely completely on melee combat and the fact that we've got boostings. So this is one of the drawbacks for the particular character design. No, take a fair bit of damage there, but no, we've got batties coming back in. Straight time to die. Okay, so we'll explore around. Normally just be careful because there's normally a trap somewhere around here, but it's over on this side, so we'll just find out. You know, I even said there's a trap around here. I might have just killed me. No, we just avoid that. It's well, quite frankly, that was a bloody idiotic thing to do. And so was that. Alright, what we got? And what we're going to do is going to use the softballs. Can get some damage out. Right, so that gets us past the 1st level at least. And what we do is we grab the glyph of YHTNTEP this time. Now the glyph of YHTNTEP, when I activate it, I'll just show you what it does. It's got a useful power. It gives you +1 trap disabling and +1 trap detection. So those traps which were causing me to have like 45% chance of disabling, I can instantly succeed, and just increases every other trap by about 5%. Now also it does mean I can spot these traps from a little bit further away. Means I'm less likely to just blunder into them through a little bit of rushing. That's because I actually use the keyboard controls for movement. Now if you use the mouse and just say click on here, it will path you sensibly and properly around traps that you're aware of. And then you can basically detect a trap right in front of you. You shouldn't ever really walk into a trap if you use your mouse control for movement. Now it should be a B. Arthur just over there. And it is B. Arthur. Of course, killing B. Arthur gets us up another level, so we can call the glyph of call the sandstorm. Now this is a very, very interesting and useful power. The more powers, glyphs that I've got active, the more powerful the sandstorm is. Now, without having any other powers active, it hits a single square. If you've got one glyph active, it does a cross. If you've got two active, it does a 3x3. If you've got four active, it's nearly a 5x5. And its damage increases. It becomes quite a potent power. So what we're going to do is going to slap that right in there. And as you can see, quite a significant amount of damage. We also can pick up this additional ability. It's 65 turns. And as you can see, we get blast resistance, sagosity, and also some damage reduction. And this is whilst we're hitting things inside of there. So that's an incredibly useful opening attack. It does take a little while to get yourself up to that level, but it does come. But it's a quite a hefty power. It uses 24 magic, but it really is worth it. Now at this point, if I was playing without just trying to increase all of these powers up, I'd probably start focusing on Ley Walker, so I could start tapping the magical lines to give yourself a quick magic boost. Anything just really to allow me to kick off the powers more often, more frequently. Alright, now this gives us a couple of decent weapons to choose from. That causes 4 damage, this causes 6 damage, so we're going to go with the axe. Don't think we actually need anything over here for the time being, so we're going to hop back and carry on our exploration and try and get up to the next level. Now we've searched everywhere through there, we've just got a creature over here to deal with. Now these things do cause quite a large amount of damage, but with all the plutonic fist and everything like that, we can quite resilient to it. I'm just going to make sure, search over here, because usually there is some items. Haha, now the secret door did get itself blocked off there, because there's an unmovable item. And for the time being now, at least at the lower levels, there's not been much that can touch us. And so what we can do is we can just keep on going through. I mean, still could actually do with some more basic defense. You see our armor absorption is only 2. You get 1 from the hat and 1 elsewhere. So the sandstorm power, if we're getting quite a big fight, would be quite effective indeed. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use our axe. Oh, awesome, just what we need. It now gives us a point of damage reduction as well. And that was incredibly stupid. So we can now go into a fight with a little more damage reduction. So it's going to be a little easier for her to survive any kind of fight. And as you can see, we sometimes kick off this magical effect because of the asp, glyph of the asp. We can cause special effects also to occur, which will cause additional damage to creatures, and just the lingering effect, especially when you're trying to handle large numbers of creatures, can be quite useful. Now what we really need to do is when we get to the next level, we focus in the asp stuff and the Egyptian stuff, and we'll take another glyph. And now you see our magic is almost running out. This is one of the problems. So as you see where Ley Walker, just focusing in on a level or 2 of this would be quite useful. This path can get quite potion heavy, even with different boosts. But again, there are ways to mitigate it using those 3 powers that we'd picked up right at the start. But those don't really become more effective until much higher levels, and it depends on how you're putting your points out. Now that does give us our additional level, so we can get the glyph of Anubis. We've only got 1 more glyph after this. What we're going to do is, seeing that we've got the power now, we're going to kick off with the glyph of Anubis. Now, this is a very quick power. Every 5 turns, this is going to be quite a major drain. We are probably not going to be able to keep up with this. But it does cause significant damage increase. It gives us necromantic and putrefying, as well as resistance. So that's 2 additional points of damage that we can pick up. Now we can go over there for some quick experience points. In actual fact, I think we are probably going to head down a level. We'll just check to see what items over here. Nah, pathetic sword. So we're going to come over here, release these creatures, get ourselves the experience points. In actual fact, what we're going to do, no we can't, we don't have enough magic. So you see, it is taking quite a drain. Get ourselves out of there. So even with the Ley Walker and blood magic, our magic is still going down. So we can't maintain all of these without constantly chugging on some alcohol of some sort. So eventually, and of course these creatures are just draining our magic, which does not help. Because if of course you run out of magic, then all your powers will stop functioning and you lose all that benefit. And we're just going to keep ourselves up, just quickly check out just nearby if there's anything useful before we take these set of steps. No point turning those up with some free items or some free experience points, but I think that's basically what we're going to get out of there. So we're just going to top up our health, make sure, and then we're going to just start going down because we'll just start getting more experience points from here. Now you see we also picked up Asp Empowerment. This is an occasional special ability that you can get from, I believe it is the glyph of the Asp. It's a bit like sort of like Berserker Rage. Now here we go, the Baron. We are going to drink this. What has he done to us? Easy target curse. That's fine. Easy target curse again by any chance? Yep. We're going to drink the potion of replenishment, just get ourselves some magic, because we're going to do this. See, there's a massive spell effect, as you can see, because we've got 3 different powers up. Also gives ourselves the magical boost to our armor absorption. It's going to make this easier. We've got the Asp Empowerment at the moment, so we've actually got quite an amount of damage that we can kick out. Now we're going to slap him with the Puissant Touch. And there he is. He's now having to go through all of this powers again. It's just slowly draining him. But we still get the effects of the test of time for quite a while. That just makes it quite easy to kill him. And you get a lot of experience points from him. So that's a pretty quick level. So we can now learn Call of the Nile. What we are going to do is we are going to drop the Glyph of Anubis. We can't keep that one up constantly. It's just too much of a drain with the way that our character is set up, because we haven't got enough points anywhere else. Now, the Nile special ability, Call of the Nile over here, calls water. Right, so we'll have to check this out. So next lot of creatures, or creature, we shall find out how effective this power is. And of course now I want a creature to test it out on. Do we find one? No, of course not. Oh, we should be safe from here. Oh look, and of course we find lots of stuff that we can't use. I did see the batty off in the corner, but I'm just going to see if we can find a few more creatures. Now this is going to be perfect. I don't know the size, so we're going to slap it just here. Might hit the first creature, I don't know. Okay, let's try kicking off this power here then. And we'll just get rid of this creature over here. Okay, between those two powers, we pretty much just annihilated everything. Have we actually got anything decent over here? No, we don't want magic reduction. Okay, it only increases magical power. Okay, we'll build up our magic and we'll give that another try shortly. Now we'll drink from this fountain. Dire empowerment, that's going to be quite useful. We got ourselves some alcohol, so we can, well, a few bits of alcohol, so we're going to be able to up our magic and get ourselves back into the game fairly quickly. So we'll just get through these few creatures now, and we'll try and find somewhere else we can cast. Now we are actually going to kick this off. I'm not going to mess about here. We need to use the powers that are going to allow us to win, and win now. So we are going to keep using the sandstorm as much as possible. And as you can see, we're just boosting ourselves up really quite as high as we can go. Now you see the sandstorm's just finished. It doesn't last an amazing amount of time, but it is useful. Now we've got no other abilities or anything like that. There's only 21 monsters left in that zoo. We still getting some effect out of it, so we're going to slap down another sandstorm here. And let's go in with heavy attacks here. Now, see, we're down to just 15 creatures left, because that sandstorm is absolutely tearing through them. And you see, this is one of the great strengths of Egyptian magic. Just once you get enough level, yes, it might use up a lot of magic, but you do have a very, very, very powerful area of effect attack. And we're not even got it as powerful as we could be. And we're not even set up efficiently. But you can see, just in this monster room, with hardly any effort, there you go, look, and we just picked ourselves up another level. And we can get our final ability for this, which is another glyph. Now we've got the magic, so we're going to actually use this glyph. Now it's a quite heavy drain. 2 turns, during which we get necromantic resistance. Oh no, that might be off the something else. Wow, this is 1 magic every 3 turns, but it does give us fire attack and 2 fire resistance, as well as everything else. Wow, that's... If we were to use the glyph of Anubis as well, that would create a significant attack. But this is going to require a lot of potions in order to go through. You might want something like alchemy, but oh wow, and that is just an additional effect as well. Create a fire ring. So not only are you getting that ability, but you're getting others as well. There you go, look at that. Yeah, this is quite an ability. I can see why it costs as much magic as it does. And we've cleared out the zoo, and before it we actually get, wow, the Shield of Agnosticism. 3 armor damage reduction. Yeah, we're going to be taking that. Okay, so this has been a look at the skill tree for the Egyptian magic. Yeah, quite powerful, this one. Definitely want to focus quite heavily in your magic stuff. You probably as much magic as you can focus in, and then anything to boost up your combat abilities, because you've got a lot of stuff that can just keep piling on it. Okay, so that's been this skill set. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.